about to redo this for the like 50th time. Um I've spilled my drink already 3 different times. Um it was filled up to the brim. Now it's like 3/4 full. And my dog wants me to cry. So Angela, my puppy, is on timeout and she's gonna be in her cage. Maybe she can make a special appearance later if she behaves a little bit.
Editor's note: I accidentally forgot about her. Whoops, she's not in the video.
But hi, my name is Adri, if you don't know me, and I'm gonna be using this little YouTube channel here to talk about just talk.
You guys are gonna be like my little diary. We're gonna have fun here. So we're just gonna talk and we're gonna get right into it.
And my topic of the day today, I just have so many crazy stories about like me just being a complete weirdo and things that I like did, and I'm like, reflecting on. I honestly like I remember um I think a couple weeks ago I was like using some mouthwash and I was like, I was brushing my teeth, doing my little dental hygiene routine, and then I came to the realization that when I realized I was like, hey, when I was younger, like when I was like 9, 8, 10, I remember just hold on, I have to sneeze. I started that habit really weirdly as a kid where like every time I sneeze, I like pinch my nose and don't let it out. And now it's just like a habit that I literally cannot stop and I don't know how to stop doing it. Um I don't know how to sneeze normally. Yeah. So, okay.
So Google basically just told me I'm gonna die.
Um so yeah, back when I can't stay on track. Um right. I was brushing my teeth or whatever and I was like using the mouthwash. And I remember like, bro, when I was a kid, I used to like I didn't know you were supposed to like spit out the mouthwash into the sink. I thought that was like wasteful or whatever. So I would like mouthwash it and like spit it back out into the mouthwash that everyone in my household uses. And to this day, I don't think anyone in my house knows that I used to do that. But I was like thinking back and I was like brushing my teeth and I was like, that would be really bad. Like if someone did that to me. And then I remembered, I'm like, I I've done this before. So, it was just some food for thought. And I was really like, why did I do that? And that's probably not like the worst thing I've done, but like that's so nasty. That's so disgusting. And like thinking back, like I don't like understand why I didn't comprehend that I had to like spit it out. I thought it was like so wasteful. Also, little life hack that I have. Um at the dentist, like whenever they do a cleaning or whatever, they like when they give you like the Listerine or the mouthwash after whatever, they like put a little water and then it's not like the little like spicy feel tingly feeling for me. And I started doing that at home, and not only does it save you so much more of like the Listerine, but it makes it so it literally doesn't feel like your mouth is burning, and I can like, gargle it for like way longer. So if you guys haven't done that, you should try it. Let me know how it goes. But yeah, and like going on to that, because like I used to do a lot of weird things as a kid. Like I remember I used to have like a really weird obsession with butter. To this day, butter is still good. So nobody clock my tea. But I like had this obsession with butter where like it was all I wanted to eat. Like I loved the taste of it. Like whenever I was cooking, I would be like eating spoonfuls of it. Like literally don't know. Like cholesterol was probably on the roof. I remember like in my old house, like we had like a tub of butter like this big, like the big like country croak country something butters, and I like ate an entire jar, not in like one sitting, obviously, but over time it took me like a week, and I just ate the whole thing like spoonful by spoonful. Like I said, like I don't know how nobody in my family like notices these things. I guess I'm a little like unnoticed, guys. No, but like seriously, like it was not a healthy obsession. And so I vividly remember like going to like my grandmother's fridge, and like I couldn't just when I was like at my grandmother's house when I was like really younger, like when I was like 6 and like 5, I couldn't like eat the butter by itself. Obviously, it's gonna be like,
oh, like, why are you eating butter, girl? That's bad for you. Like, no, put that down. Like, what are you doing?
so what I did, I would try to make like really weird combinations so that like, because I was like always inventing. I was always the one doing the shampoo with the slime, no borax, no activator. Like I was always making concoctions, putting it in the fridge, putting it in the microwave. So they were always on high alert that like I was doing something. Cause like one time I like made this like slime and my grandma thought it was like juice or something, and she almost drank it until she like realized like this smells a little funny. She just almost drank it, and then everyone like never trusted me again in the house ever since, and I kept doing my experiments, so it literally didn't matter. But I just vividly remember like going into the fridge and I was like, okay, like what can I eat with this butter that like makes it seem believable? Like I'm not just like I just don't want the butter. And so I saw something that I liked and I'm like, okay.
A plus and a plus equals a positive.
So I got a bowl or a plate and I put like a spoon, you know, like the big spoons that you use for like mixing rice. And I put like a big spoonful of butter and like 3 pickles. And at first, I did try to like eat the pickles with the butter, but it's not like soft spread. It wasn't like liquid, like it was like just butter, or like what do they call it?
Apparently, like, real butter isn't butter. It's like vegetable spread or something. I don't, girl, whatever it was. So it was really like solid. And so I was like trying to like dip my pickle in some butter.
Pause. I was trying to dip the pickle in the butter, but it just didn't work because the butter was too solid. So like I just ended up like loading it on there with my finger, and I ate it. And I don't even remember the taste too much, but like honestly, I've had 100% worse things than that. It really wasn't that bad, but it also was not good. And I was getting a stomach ache, and I'm like, the stomach ache isn't because of the butter. It's because I'm eating the pickles with the butter. So I stopped eating the pickles, or I ate them separately, and then I just started like eating the butter spoonful by spoonful, like off my plate, like little spoonfuls at a time. And I was like telling someone that story once, and I was just reflecting, and I was like, wow, like that was like a really strange thing to do. Like it really wasn't that serious. Like I don't, why did I eat the pickles with the butter? Now that just brought up another memory of how I really liked vinegar also. I loved vinegar. And it, but it was like a little taste vinegar. Like it was like, oh, like when I was like seasoning my food and stuff, and I would like put some vinegar, like I would like, taste my seasoning. We'll get to that after. But I would taste my seasoning and I would be like, that vinegar got a good kick.
Some vinegar chips are like cool now. I eat them and it's like okay because I used to like vinegar so much, but like I kind of toned down on my obsession because there's this incident which is like where I was getting to.
If I could stop interrupting myself. Where was I?
Right.
There was this one day, and I really liked vinegar, and my neighbor was over, and he was like, if you like finish that entire like bottle of vinegar in like under like 2 minutes, I'll give you like $20 or something. And I'm like, I love vinegar, like I can do this. I didn't care to think maybe this acidity isn't good for me. Maybe it will give me a stomach ache, a stomach bug. No, no, no. So I'm like, bet, like I got this in the bag, and I just, bottoms up, and I start chugging the vinegar, and midway through, I feel this like putrid, this gurgle, this sharp pain, this nausea from my stomach and my intestines screaming out for why have I forsaken them? Why have I done that to them? I stopped and I had half the bottle left. It was like, it was like a good like, oh, I'll try to put it on the screen. And so I stopped chugging and I was like, oh my gosh, no, I can't do this, I can't do this. And I just laid on the floor. This was at my house. And I just laid on my floor and I screamed out for my mom and I was like, Mom, mommy, like, I just chugged, like, am I gonna die? I literally thought I was like going to die. And she was like, like, that's what happens for you, like, messing around, like, blah, 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 like, why would you even do that? And I didn't die, clearly. Um, I don't even remember the aftermath too much. I just remember, like, I was just in pain, and then after, like, an hour or two, it went away. But that was, like, a really bad decision. I wonder how, like, truly bad that is for me. Like, but if we divulge from the chicken and the seasoning conversation, we would find out and realize that I also had an obsession with seasoning because every time my mom would let me season the food and every time she'd let me season the food, I would have to taste the seasoning to make sure I didn't put too much. And I would taste the seasoning and I would be like, this is so good. This is great. I just ended up, I'm like, okay, I got like a cup, I got a bunch of seasonings, I put it like lime juice and a little bit of water, stirred it around, took a taste, and I said, wow, this was a match made in heaven. And so now I kind of have like still do have this little thing where that I'm sorry, the seasoning in the cup mixture is literally so good. And maybe some may not agree with me. We don't all have the same taste buds, but my is that seasoning in a cup mixture good. It was like a religious thing. Like I would be making it every single day, like one cup. And I used to just like eat it with my finger. So I would like dip it would dye my like finger red because it had like dye, some like red 40 dye in it or whatever, the seasoning that I would use. And so I would like dip my finger and just like lick it off. And I was like one time my friend was over and I was like eating it and she was like getting disgusted because I'm literally like sucking on my finger. And she was like, why don't you use a spoon or like at least? And I'm like,
Wait, I can do that? Like, I'm like I already, am being really weird. It never occurred to me that I could use a spoon.
because I was so used to like licking it off my hands. And so I was like, I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know that was quite possible. And so what did I do? I got my spoon and I'm like, oh my gosh, like the flavors are popping even more now. But the problem is that it's not gonna last me as long because if I'm licking a drip off my finger and I have like a cup this big of just seasoning and lime juice, like obviously it's gonna last me way longer than if I use a spoon. So yeah, that was that. And so to make a long story short, I still occasionally try my seasoning in a cup mixture to see if it's still good. And before I would be doing it every day. I do that at least like maybe once every 3 months now. So I'm improving. And so now it's just like my little secret guilty pleasure that I hide and do when like nobody's home and just try it and see if it's good. Um it is good. Don't try it. You probably would hate it. As the time passes by, you really start to think like, "Hey, am I the problem?" Most definitely, I'm probably the problem here. And so, all that goes to say, there's a reoccurring theme here. I am really weird, and I do a lot of weird things, and I did a lot more weird things when I was younger, so we're gonna reflect on those weird actions and not the ones I still currently do. Oh my gosh. I just remembered, like, when I was, like, younger, I had like this YouTube channel and I would make like gotcha life videos and everything. And one of my videos had like close to 100,000 views. Like it was at like 80,000. I like my likes were going crazy. People love my videos. I was gaining so many subscribers. Like I had my intro, everything set up. And I got my YouTube account permanently banned because I saw my favorite YouTuber playing this like birth simulation game, and he like censored this part out of the video and said like he couldn't show it. So I was live streaming and I was like trying to be like, hey, like I'm playing this childbirth game, guys. And lo and behold, it showed like the real live birthing parts. And you know, YouTube is strict. YouTube does not allow that. So what did I have to do? I ended the live as soon as that happened. And you know how like, well, I don't know if you know, but YouTube kind of does this thing sometimes where like, I don't know if it was like a setting I had on, but every time you live stream, it like automatically tries to upload the live stream to your like YouTube account. So it was like going through the process of like trying to upload the YouTube account, and I couldn't upload the video to my YouTube account, and I couldn't stop it. And then it was like we detected that you were like posting some crazy stuff, like you're trying to post some crazy stuff, or you were on live like showing some crazy things. Unless you show us an ID, like we're banning your account, and you're like a parent, like all this other stuff. And I literally got scared for my life, and I didn't want to ask my mom because I was literally like crying. I'm like, no, like my YouTube account, like no. Um and I so desperately was so upset. I was so mad. But I was too scared to ask my mom for like her ID, and I just like didn't want to do that because I thought my mom would get mad at me for
like, I don't know, like showing live birth on a live stream in a game. I don't know what I was so afraid of, but
I don't know why I thought it was okay to play that on live. It had nothing to do with my channel. I was like a gotcha life YouTuber, so not a gamer. But honestly, to really wrap up this video, I was a really weird kid, and I like to talk a lot. It's been like 20 minutes. Um and it has felt like 5 minutes because I just talk so much. Basically, I was just a weird kid. Okay, bye. Love you.